Okay, so we should be live now. Sorry, I had to finagle the internet a little bit because it was starting to go like dropped frames, but now the frames aren't dropping anymore. So it's time for a Turnabout Forsaken, the Forgotten Turnabout in the fan translation and Japanese. Also, yeah, hello everyone again. And looking into it, it seems to be more literally in Japanese, the memory lapsed Turnabout. So maybe Forsaken's makes a bit more sense. It definitely sounds cooler. And it also works on multiple different levels. But anyway, yeah, sorry about Wide K. It's kind of a, thumbnail that's like, I guess... Yeah, I can fix the thumbnail later. But anyway, let's go. Start episode. So, this one is a pretty epic opening. Yeah, I like the menacing title. The return of Red Raincoat Man! I kind of made the thumbnail on the spot yesterday. And, well, Kay just got pushed off a building. Yeah, Kay's totally dead. So, before I begin this, I will have to say one confession. This is the case that I was the least involved with on the fan translation. Like, by far. I remember maybe 1 or 2 scenes that I did do in this case. They're both investigations, though. I don't think I was involved in very many of the testimonies, so I'd love to reach out to other people in the fan translation who did work on this case to have some more, like, trivia for, like, the things like that. I do know some things about the way some of the characters were vaguely characterized in Japanese. I know about all of, like, the character names, though, as well. Like, all of them, they were agreed on by us. Wow, I love how fluid Gumshoe Stomping Sprite looks in this version. But yeah, just to say, I won't be as familiar with this case as I am with the others. It is the one that I was the least involved with by far. I think people were working on it while I was working on case 2. Yeah, it's been 3 in-game days since Turnabout Legacy. Yeah. And it follows on directly from that. One thing that I like about Investigations 2 is all the cases are in chronological order. I mean, sometimes having 1 or 2 cases that, like, jump around is fine, but, like, Investigations 1 and especially Dual Destinies were, like, completely all over the place. So it's refreshing to have one that actually does take place in chronological order again. Yeah, I like a Turnabout Forsaken, definitely. Forgotten Turnabout is a bit mundane. It actually reminds me of, like, Forgotten Turnabout, I keep thinking that's the name of Case 1 of the second game, but it's not. I think that's the Lost Turnabout? Like, that one should have been called the Forgotten Turnabout. What if I have to work for Eustace for the rest of my life? Edgeworth calls himself problematic. You heard it here first. I mean, there was the flashbacks in the third case of this game, but other than that, the cases are in chronological order, like, as much as they follow on from each other. Yeah. I think in Japanese that was something like Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, which is a sentence structure that makes way more sense in Japanese. Because you often talk about people's job titles like they're part of their name in Japanese. Adrian in Wonderland says, any recommendations for the Engage DLC? I don't really use Engage's DLC emblems that much, but like Edelgard is just really good in general on anybody. I really like Tiki on Timera because, like, the defense boost plus Sandstorm was really fun. And Crom is good on any Mage Knight. He's good on a lot of people, but Crom's really good on a Mage Knight. And Hector, I need to experiment. I think Hector's generally agreed to be one of the weakest emblems. Veronica is just good in general, because, like, Reprisal is completely stupid, or, like, her Vengeance thing, or whatever. I think Turnabout Legacy did have some typos. Somebody mentioned in the chat that Statute of Limitations became Statue of Limitations at one point. Yeah, I personally don't like Tiki in Engage very much because, like, just having that growth rate boost on anybody from the start of the game is just kind of broken. But I do agree, though, her on Merrin has hilarious dialogue. Yeah. You know, I was actually wondering if Edgeworth would say this. The next prosecutor he works with more lenient. Wow, if Gumshoe worked with Winner would probably be like, I'm gonna lower your salary, but he'd actually raise it instead. So Gumshoe would probably get more salary by virtue of him being dumb. Oh, right, yeah, Soren. Soren is hilariously good on spoiler character in Engage. Okay, we're already about to meet a new character. Great. Oh, okay. So they definitely translated the kanji on her nurse hat. I think that's a hat. I was about to say headbands. But yeah, so this would have been an I think it did say safety first originally as well, like in Japanese. I seem to remember that being basically the same as the fan translation. Yeah. Florence Niedler. Oh, that's good. That's actually pretty good. You know what? Dang it. I'm sorry. This is one of the few Japanese names that actually slips my mind. So obviously this is a reference to Florence Nightingale. Needler is the needle thing. So in Japanese, not in Japanese, in the fan translation, we called her Karen Jensen. I didn't like this name very much. It was one of my least favorite fan-translated names by far. It was an attempt at a pun on injection, but it was really a stretch. This is a better injection pun, honestly. So, yeah. Hertz Hospital? Wait. Hang on. Hold the phone for a moment. This is a name we literally considered for the hospital. This was actually one of our considerations. And it ended up becoming official? I'm sorry, but what? I did not expect this case to blow my mind this early, but my mind is blowing in every direction right now. So, yeah. I can't believe this. So, the name of this hospital will make sense later because it is named after a character. I'll talk about the hospital later on. I can't mention it right now. But in Japanese, it is called Itami Hospital, which translates to pain hospital. So, not pain as in Winston pain. Pain as in ouch, hurt pain. So, yeah. The idea is, it's a hospital that you don't want to go to. It doesn't sound like a very good hospital. But I can't believe this. Hertz was actually under consideration in the fan translation. I don't know when we'll be meeting that other character, though, but I can't talk about the full name of the hospital until I talk about that other character. Yes, injections are her answer to everything. Niedler Hurts Hospital would be pretty fun. Yeah, in the fan translation, it was Dies Young Hospital, or like Die Young Hospital, and I'll explain why again later. It's annoyingly, I can't actually mention the full name yet. Can't be worse than Hottie Clinic. Oh, you'd think. You'd think. I need to stop talking about, like, comedic stuff, though, because things are about to get, well, different. Yeah, pain is ouchi in Japanese, but, like, it's itami in this case in Japanese, which is a different sounding word for pain. Well, thoughts on a very brutally bandaged person? And this. This is like one of the most heartbreaking songs I've ever heard in a video game. In Japanese, the song is called Reminiscence, the Girl's Lost Memories. I don't know what it's called in English, though. So, like, I know that amnesia is a pretty cliched plot point, and it can get contrived at times. I do think it works really well here, because it's just more the tragedy of seeing this person like this. So some people think it's dumb that that they don't recognize her immediately, but one thing that was pointed out to me that's easy to forget, this game takes place really soon after Investigations 1. Edgeworth only knew Kay for like a couple of weeks at this point. It's easy to forget that. But yeah, I've kind of spoiled it here, but I'm a prosecutor, not a miracle worker. I think I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker is definitely... I think that's a Star Trek line. But yeah, people in chat didn't recognize either, so yeah. Probably spoiled it too early, but if you listen to the theme closely, you can tell. Yeah, here we go. The reveal comes pretty early. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in Japanese, he definitely brings up the Noko-chan nickname here. Like, I played through this case in Japanese, so even if I didn't work on a lot of the translation here, there's still some of the Japanese stuff I remember. And yeah, this is so here. Okay, so here we go. So here is something interesting. And in Japanese, Amnesiac K speaks much more politely than she normally does. She uses watashi for herself instead of her usual pronoun, I think, or even watakushi. I know it's a much more polite pronoun than she usually uses, and she speaks way more politely. I don't know if this is like it's probably not a real thing that happens. Like, I don't know what happens if people, like, lose their memory in Japan, like, whether they do revert their language to more polite language or not. I'm not really the one to speak on that. It's probably just a narrative plot device to make her sound totally different. Like, and they are conveying that fairly well here, but here it's like, oh, I'm sorry I was so rude to you that I called you Chan and, like, a nickname. Yeah, exactly. Gumshoe saying, I've never seen you so polite. Yeah. Yeah. So they are definitely conveying that in the translation still. You know, if we tell her Amnesiac self that she was a great thief, she's probably gonna end up being a more successful thief than she was with her memories. But yeah, if you're speaking with someone you've never met, you want to be more polite with them. So yeah, like, if she's lost her memories of Gumshoe, yeah. Oh, you probably should have shown us her clothes first. That would have been way more of an identifying feature. Yeah, we definitely should get this checked if she was injured in those clothes. You've never committed a crime in your life, unlike Maya, who actually has stolen things. I forget if you can get her... I don't know if it's a wrong evidence dialogue. There's something... It's like a string of puns that we had to adapt in the fan translation. A massive no-no for an amnesiac is immersing them too deeply in things they should recognize. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, that is very true. Like I've heard that, like, it's like, also I've seen things like in old people's homes and dealing with people with dementia, like, you really don't want to get angry at them or press them on things they should remember, because, like, that will really distress people. Nurse Needler, that's just such a funny thing to say. There's a few other things. I doubt they'll be of use to you. Well, given this is an Ace Attorney game and they'll be going into evidence, they're obviously going to be useful. So yeah, Jam and Ninja's actually relevant. The show that Kay prefers over the Steel Samurai, much to Edgeworth's horror. A letter. A ticket stub. Oh, she got a student ticket, okay. $6 is a remarkably cheap ticket by modern prices, I feel, but still. Oh, the pun thing is later on, yeah. A corsage. I mean, the letter's probably important. We should read the letter. Made of cheap... Yeah, this is definitely one of those, like, cheap costume store prop pieces. AI summary is definitely popping off, apparently. Oh, Chaotic Caper got an ad for medical insurance. That's amazing. Oh, big building. So that's another localization. That was Grand Tower in the fan translation. But I suppose, yeah, I think we just used grand because it sounded, you know, more grand than big. But big building, yeah, that fits. Magenta flower made of fabric, okay. Have we got the letter, though? Here we go. Dear Kay, don't worry, I'll make sure you get your precious thing back. Rosie. Okay, that's a localized name. I'm gonna have to react to that later once we find out the full name of that person. I said the original Japanese name, Grand Tower. I think it was like Big Tower. But it fit because of, Grand Turnabout was the name of the last case as well. But this is right. Isn't there a meme from Toho of like Marissa stole the precious thing, which is actually a Lupin the Third reference? A lot of people don't even realize that. It's a reference to a line that's like from Castle of Cagliostro, was like, this thief stole something very precious, your heart. For those who want to make Persona 5 references, Persona 5 is one gigantic Lupin the Third reference, so it fits. The big building? Hottest date spot in town, okay. I forget if it had that kind of legend in the original. But again, like, yeah. I love how pixelated this is, for lack of a better word. Oh, of course she went there on 4-4, because in Japanese 4 means death, so yeah. 4-4 it would be like the worst possible time to go to the top of a giant building. The only reason the tower isn't named better is because they want to use Grand Tower, I guess. Use limited to day of purchase, non-refundable. Okay. Oh, that legend was in the original. Good to know. I mean, Edgeworth would probably take any excuse to not have to deal with Gavel and the committee again. Like, let's put that off as long as possible. You thought it said mewing platform when you played initially? Ah yes, the mewing platform, where you are guaranteed to find a level 100 shiny Mew. Just turn your Game Boy upside down and insert the batteries again 50 times. Yeah, I guess it could be worse. The time could have been 4:44 PM as well. Okay, see you, TTME1234. Let me just leave this Amnesiac girl with these people who haven't confirmed her legal guardians. Yeah, yeah, Florence, you know, I mean, from a place called Hurt Hospital, it kind of checks out. It's just, like, today's just been the stream of child abandonment, hasn't it? Please take that out of context. 50 stories high, it's all office, and you think this is romantic, apparently. Just all offices. Although it's kind of funny, the place being mostly offices and only one place is open to the public, I went to school in a building that was mostly offices, and then like the 6th, 7th, and 8th floors were the school. But like the rest of the floors were forbidden. to students, and one time the elevator did actually stop on one of the office floors, and it was surreal actually seeing it. It was like it was another dimension to us, like, high school kids. It was really funny. Big building pamphlets. It is said this building was founded by an inexplicable cat who loved fishing. Tree stand, okay. The unicorn is not marked, that makes me sad. That will only make sense to people who've already played this. We'll see in a moment. Oh, I remember this happening originally. I picture this guy having, like, the most shonen voice imaginable. Like, actually, maybe Veronica Taylor. And surprise cameo of a character from the first game. Yeah, thankfully, that comment on the building falling down was just a movie, or it would have been very unfortunate, because it might have accidentally been a parallel to a real-life thing that happened. Yeah, that's the thing. Surviving a fall from a 50-floor building with only amnesia? I mean, Phoenix fell off a bridge into a river and only got a cold, but still, it's a... yeah. Oh yeah, this forgettable character that I've forgotten. Seriously, like, I am picturing this guy's dialogue, every line in my head is just Veronica Taylor Ash. It would fit, though. Yeah, they probably should have put a sign saying filming is going on. It'd be really funny if Gumshoe and Edgeworth accidentally got a cameo in the movie. I mean, the movie would probably make a lot of buzz if they got a cameo. But yeah, we don't even know that character's name, so yeah. That character with the glasses, I'll talk more about her once we actually see her more, but like, she's considered so obscure that in the Japanese fandom, even knowing her name is considered a mark of a true fan. Yeah, yep, more cherry blossoms. Oh, something... okay, that sign, the cotton candy sign, I'll talk about that in a moment, because the cotton candy sign is very important. Kind of. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, Romy Park, oh, that'll be a Japanese voice, I guess. Because isn't that Naoto in Japanese? Yeah, we have a testimony here. So, okay. It's something clouds. Can I, like, hide the interface for a moment? I think it says painting clouds? Okay, so, weird story. So, when I was looking at this scene in the fan translation, when I was doing the fan translation, I looked at this scene and I was like, okay, so in Japanese, this says Chigire Gumo, and Gumo is cloud. And so I was like, hang on, this could translate as like scattered clouds? And, parting clouds. Okay, that works. So this could have been translated as like scattered clouds, and I was like, hang on, Kei's Japanese name is Mikumo. So I thought maybe this is actually a metaphor for her amnesia, and so we need to localize this as something. They've still gone with cloud in this version. I think we went with like fuzzy clouds or like fuzzy something in the fan translation. Maybe it wasn't actually a metaphor and I was looking just too deep into everything, because, you know, English student brain overanalyzing things, I suppose. But, sorry, the AI chat summary is added again. But, like, Yeah, so Pardon Clouds does sort of fit, though. I think that is probably closer to what it might have been in Japanese. I just thought that it was interesting because it was like, you know, maybe that's actually a metaphor. Especially since you first see the sign in this testimony. Okay, well, we didn't really get anywhere here. So let's loudly yell "hold it" in her face 4 times. That'll help. Yeah, so this right here, they probably couldn't have just made a new voice clip for Edgeworth just for this, but... Hold it! It's a bit weird that he just yells "hold it" at her. As a translation student overanalyzing the text as part of the job, yeah, you never know what's relevant and what isn't. Hold it! Amnesiac K destroyed with facts and logic, exactly. Oh boy. I'm aware of the new name for the last case, yes. I mean, that's kind of true. I really don't like being up on the tops of very high places. I never, like, I didn't, like, I went to the, nearly the top of the Eiffel Tower, and I, like, couldn't get to the very top because it was, like, shaking in the wind, the very top part, and I was just like, ugh. That just would, I don't want to do that. There's really no need to worry, but apparently you did fall. Hold it! Cherry blossoms. Standing under the cherry tree. It was raining. Okay, that'd explain Red Raincoat Man's return. A red something. It's funny how we've got a bit of a split in the chat about who likes heights and who doesn't. What's a testimony again? Okay. Well, there isn't any clear evidence of like... Oh, well, there's the red roses here, but still. Hold it! A red thing. Somebody was walking towards you. Yeah, that concession stand is red. Yelling "hold it" an objection in the faces of amnesiacs always works. Oh, I know what we have to do here now. But I haven't pressed this one yet. Yes, everything is Gumshoe's treat. Okay, so... yeah, from beyond the concession stand. See, the problem with this is, if she saw somebody beyond the stand, they'd be either a flying ghost or very dead. Objection! Yeah, the stand does look a little bit more orange to me as well. I feel like this is one of those testimonies where I like having testimonies like this every now and then where it's not like a lie. exactly, but more that somebody just saw something that doesn't really add up, and we just need to clarify their memories. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, so a lot of people have mentioned that sprite is horrifying. Yeah. I do like how they immediately reassure her. Yeah, that's what we get for yelling objection in an Amnesiac's face. But yeah, at least they're bringing up that nobody could survive a fall from this height and survive. Coming from beyond and pushing her off the building. Yeah, she would be very much dead if that was the case, so something about that is wrong, but yeah. Kay is very, very traumatized, as you can tell. A body has been discovered. So obviously, you know, because it's a murder mystery, everywhere we go, there's going to be a dead body. A young woman. And that her name is what? Is our Kay an imposter? Okay, that's a fast to be continued, but we're going to continue. Obviously. That's a pretty insane, like, that'd be an insane way to end a stream if we actually ended it. As we can see here, though, the body is definitely not the Kay we know. That is a long title for an area. Not the Monokuma police officer. Yeah, exactly. Yes, of course we'd be back in the trial chamber for the committee. Because somehow it's in the very beloved date spot. Yeah, Phoenix would probably walk away with just a twisted ankle from falling off the 50th floor of a building. So, I think we're going to be seeing a new name, and I'll be able to finally explain the hospital. Because from now on, it's actually very rare that we see Florence without her grandma. Hilda Hertz, okay. Oh. I'm just gonna think of, you know, Fire Emblem Three Houses now. But okay, yeah, so, oh, Heal the Hertz. Heal the Hertz. That actually makes a lot of sense. So her Japanese name is Otome Itami. There's actually two puns on this, and we went with one of them rather than the other in the fan translation. So, Otome Itami, if you say that in Japanese order, last name first, it becomes Itami Otome, which is stop the pain. So, heal the hurts, excellent way of conveying that. That's basically perfect. However, there's another pun on her name, is that Otome usually means young maiden. Like, young woman. And it's ironic because she's an old lady. So, we actually went for the other pun and called her Bonnie Young. And as for the hospital's name, which is named after her, we decided to try and make it like a jointly founded hospital, which it wasn't in the original, just to preserve the joke, and called it the Die Young Hospital. But originally, we considered calling it the Hertz Young Hospital. So that's where, yeah, Hertz was something that we considered. So yeah. This, yeah, it doesn't get the Otome part. Honestly, though, in my opinion, the medical joke is probably more appropriate, so heal the hurts. I like this one. But yeah, like Die Young Hospital was pretty peak dark comedy, but Hurts Hospital's also pretty good. Hey, old people can do stuff, Edgeworth. Yeah, so she pretty much mostly just talks through her granddaughter. It would really suck if you were doing a fan dub of this game and you got cast as Hilda, because then you barely get to say anything because most of her dialogue is given through another character. Yeah, I think it's the Halo weapon where I see Niedler too. Yes, Edgeworth's brow has been permanently creased from being stuck like that for too long. Oh yeah, to be fair, Edgeworth hasn't exactly had the best experience dealing with female elders. Yeah, true. I do like her stereotypical old person speech, though. Because she is pretty rude in the Japanese version. Also a coroner. Well, that's convenient. Yep. They are basically a slapstick duo as well. I forgot about her face the camera and smile sprite. It's like I'm trapped in a comedy routine I can't... Gumshoe, I'm sorry, but that's your life. Yeah, her hat says safety first. I think it did say that in kanji in Japanese. Let's get to work! And here we go! Yeah, from this point on, Niedler and Hilda are basically just constantly a duo. Like, most of Niedler's sprites are with her grandmother. They're basically like one character combined. So, you need a keycard to enter here. Interesting. I'm getting flashbacks of, Rise from the Ashes. A member of the committee discovered the body, okay. And yeah, it was Edgeworth's hearing. Of course, a murder happened right before Edgeworth's hearing. And we're gonna hear the theme again. Ah, this is it, okay. Here we go. So, this is very interesting in the fan translation, so I'm curious to find out what these bookshelves. Books, elves, stained glass, stolen. Yeah, so, the joke is that she corrupts everything into thief-related terms on instinct. I kind of prefer the fan translation here, because especially how they did books on the law became crooks on the lamb. I really love that. That was not me, but whoever did that line, I salute you. Well, yep, that's Edgeworth for you. Literally, her only memory is of you trying to catch her at a contradiction. Elmira Day. Yep, that's her name. Okay, grab something on reflex. Yeah, she has the same reaction to the object she was carrying, yeah. Oh, and she has a specific reaction to this. That's good. That they, thought that far. Kay got attacked by a ghost. Okay, then. Ghosts don't exist, but spirit channeling does. For some reason. Alright, that's just her generic one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so some people in the chat were mentioning that, also, there's a gigantic bloodstain below the goddess statue. Maybe it's a metaphor. But, yeah, we'll go to that in a moment. But, yeah. I wonder if that probably is a Japanese reference in the Japanese version. For now. I don't know if they're gonna let us investigate the body just yet. Yeah, Edgeworth's still a little bit of a, like, he has trouble accepting the supernatural even when he directly sees it. L closer week. This is just reminding me of when I was a kid, one of my friends came up with like an alternate version of Farfetch'd called Close Throw. Yeah, yeah, it would have been good to have the delay not be because somebody was dead. I wanted to investigate that fallen over like candlestick, but looks like we can't yet. The shelves are full with difficult-looking books. Oh, it was a Monty Python reference in the fan translation, okay. So Edgeworth is Kaiba. Edgeworth basically is the Kaiba to Phoenix's Yugi. Yeah, I get the feeling Gavel would not like you running around in here. I mean, it'd be funny, though. Oh, this one's a separate investigation. Knights of the Clown Table, okay. Oh, so it is a Knights of the Round Table reference in Japanese, too, that... If both the official and fan translation made that reference, it must have been in Japanese. Yes, no, don't do that. Let's not have that Final Fantasy VII stair climbing situation. Yeah, I like how you can see all those books stretching out into the distance there. I don't, like, really remember that being that easy to see in the original. Also, why is there a man in a purple suit in the stained glass window? That looks a lot like the president in the first case. But it's no relation. Yeah, Phoenix is not really the Pharaoh. But I don't think he's like Little Yugi either. He is a shonen hero, I think, but there are a lot of different types of shonen heroes. Wow, Gumshoe keeps things very clean. I envy that, actually. I'd love to actually see... Not see, I'd love to actually, you know, have someone like Gumshoe clean my own house, because I'm not great at that. Yeah, symbol of the sanctity of the law, yeah. It is based on the Greek goddess Themis, though. I thought the blindfold was about justice being blind and, you know, being inaccurate a lot of the time. Also, there's a big fat blood stain on her feet. That's important. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a very particular pop culture reference later on in this case that we'll see, eventually. Yeah, that's a lot of blood. Yeah, the next case did have an Attack on Titan reference. I'll cover that when we get there. They moved the body, but, like, the blood is still, like, there's no blood anywhere else. It's just there. You'd think it would drip. Oh, I was wondering. I was like, wait, is that Gavel winner? No! No! Yeah, guess what? Franziska's actually in this game. Yeah, we have another recurring character. You know Von Karma's little girl? Oh god, I just remembered. There's a horrifying thing in that regard that comes a bit later on. Oh wow, she look. I'm sorry. She looks weird in HD. Wow, I haven't seen her in HD before, and yeah, she looks quite. I don't know. There's just something about her face in HD that looks a little bit weird. But yeah, suddenly Franzi, yay! I kind of like they, honestly, like, I like that they brought her back. Like, she was, honestly, it's a little bit like Gavel in the sense that she was not very likable initially, but I'm kind of surprised that she developed so well that she's a very popular character now. Of course, given that her dad showed up in the previous case in flashbacks, it's a little understandable she'd appear. Daughter of Manfred von Karma, also kind of Edgeworth's adoptive sister, sort of. And yeah, for some reason she became an Interpol agent in investigations. I'm not really sure why and how that happened, but she's an Interpol agent now. And this theme fits her way more than it fit her dad, yeah. Yeah, Bradley House, all I know is she's Von Karma's daughter. Is she a good or bad guy? It depends. It very much depends. Oh yeah, that was from the first investigations. No, I was gonna, yeah, you don't need to know. It's a pretty great line. Yeah, no, I like that she's in any Edgeworth game. Like, she's an important part of Edgeworth's life. Soon to be ex-prosecutor. Just remember, it's not me saying this stuff. This is actually really funny. So, this actually, this is a bit of a translation, like, tangent, but, this is actually very important because interpreters do need to make this clear. If you're an interpreter, you are not responsible for what your client is saying. All you're doing is just conveying their words. Like, if they're being an asshole, it's your job to not downplay that, but you need to make the people you're talking to know, like, it's not me saying this. It's the person I'm interpreting for that's saying this. Get mad at them if you're gonna get mad at somebody. We were defense attorneys assistants, and now we're gonna become, Interpol investigators assistants, I guess. So Franziska did meet Kay as a kid when she was like 13, according to Investigations 1. Franziska, by the way, Franziska became a prosecutor when she was 13 years old as well, canonically. Because that's a thing that happens in Ace Attorney. I don't agree. So according to all of my studies, Korjon bet in the chat, in my university courses on interpreting and translation, it is your responsibility to convey exactly what the client is saying. You can't downplay anything. You have to say things even in the same tone they did, because the idea is that you're not there. As an interpreter, you are meant to be invisible. It should seem like a dialogue between two people. Like, it should be like the person in the foreign language is speaking directly to the other person. So, yeah, that's how interpreting is meant to work. Oh yeah, and they met in Turnabout of Blades as well. And there we go, first whip. Interesting that Franziska calls her grandma, which implies that she's one of the few people who's on that basis with her. Try not to get fired, okay? Yeah, unlike us, Franziska isn't really in trouble with the committee, so this should help. And we are back investigating. And now we can talk to you. Well, yeah, that's about right for police in the Ace Attorney universe. But yeah, this is the Franziska version of this theme. Triumphant Return. And it, like I said, it fits her way more than her father. Oh yeah, maybe let's not let her know. Oh, poor Gumshoe. Don't worry though, he'll be replaced as the whipping boy soon enough. Soon enough. So sorry, Gumshoe. Oh boy, yeah. Wow. That's what, 3 times in one conversation? I wonder who in the, yeah, chat's already providing a whip count. I wonder, who at, oh, I'd love to see, like, an Athena versus older Franziska game. That would be cool. But anyway, no, I really wonder who at Capcom came up with the idea of, like, let's make our next prosecutor use a whip, because I remember that Franziska, according to Shu Takumi, was specifically created because he didn't want Edgeworth to keep losing. Because he was like, okay, we need a prosecutor for our sequel, but if we keep having Edgeworth lose to Phoenix, he's gonna look weak as a prosecutor, so we need to add a new prosecutor who can lose to Phoenix, and yeah, they created Franziska. Oh boy. I get the feeling we're not gonna like who's in charge of this. And Gumshoe gets whipped again for no reason. Yes. Oh boy, yep. Whoever has to deal with her is a thing. Oh yeah, interpreting jokes would be, this is just a thing from the chat, but like, interpreting jokes would be a nightmare. Like, I would never want to be in that position. Like, you've got so much time pressure. Oh well, he's gonna get whipped. Yep, I knew it. Anytime Gumshoe appears in the middle of a conversation with Franziska, he's gonna get whipped. And also this thing right here. So I guess I can mention this. Oh, I forgot to even talk about Franziska's name trivia. In Japanese, her name is Mei Karuma. The Mei means like dark or gloomy. I don't know if they just chose Franziska because it sounded German, but I like it. But in Japanese, the whole thing about foolish fool, so that, she just says baka a lot in Japanese. Like, baka, 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 like, a lot of bakas. So, yeah, that's... I like that they translated it as fool and not idiot. Fool rolls off the tongue better when it's used in that way. Oh boy, wow, this is a lot. Franzi's F-bombs. Yeah. Hang on a minute, I haven't presented her the badge. Probably should do that. I feel like it's gonna get Gumshoe whipped, though. Franziska is a tsundere confirmed. Oh no, that's canon. Franziska is a tsundere. Oh, okay, at least Edgeworth got whipped that time. So you do still feel pain. So Franziska likes looking for sassy bakas. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm guessing she's a bit of a drill sergeant, when it comes to the hospital. Yeah, Franziska started to become more tsundere towards the end of her first appearance, and then she stayed tsundere. Ah, yes. Finding the cause of death in seconds. Yeah, maybe she's responsible for the few second forensics team that we found out about in the first case. Oh, no, don't worry. Firecraft, I can still go back to Franziska. Oh yeah, Recipe for Turnabout was supposed to be in the second game, but it got cut for space. So what was originally going to be in the third game? It's kind of funny that the third game was the first one to have 5 cases, but it was entirely because they cut and moved a case to it, and now all the games have 5 cases. We won't be needing a room in the hospital. Well, Gumshoe will be eventually because of the whip. John Norris, I'm here to leave this singular comment, then sleep. Well, you know, it's good that you came here for that. Healthy so what, stay anyway campaign. Yeah, I think I remember something like this in the fan translation too. Oh yeah, Apollo Justice S4, right, whoops. I mean, it makes sense that I'm forgetting about that. There's a lot of good in Apollo Justice, but it also had some iffy issues. I mean, you know, staying at a hospital for pleasure is probably better than staying at a jail. But I mean, half price with American health bills, I don't like the chance of that. So apparently if you, present K's and, K, or something involving K to Franziska? Yeah, here we go. I unfortunately have no good answer for that. Well, at least she didn't whip anybody. But yeah, very tsundere way of saying she's worried about Kay. But now the real, thing. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. We have a corsage that's the same as the one Kay had. We have a whole lot of different wounds. We have Kay's promise notebook. We have a keycard in her hand. And we have a burn scar on her hand. That is a heck of a lot of things to investigate in this body. Yeah. Investigate every nook and cranny. Oh, also there's this. Yeah, there are 3 gigantic holes in her chest that definitely match the 3-pronged candelabrum, otherwise known as the censored version of the menorah from Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Oh wow, that sucks. 3-armed candle holder. Okay. I mean, this would certainly explain why there was a lot of blood over at the other part of the room. Oh, hey, I forgot they showed young Kay in this. Never take things from a stranger, never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet people with a smiling Billy Dono. Never cry in front of strangers feels a bit, like... I hope this doesn't sound like racist. That feels a bit Japanese. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Oh, okay. I forgot Bad was mentioned at this point. Not Kay got hit by an Andalusia from Matador. Yep, exactly. She should have had more force, nulling demons. Or, you know, a way to debuff evasion. Okay, so that wasn't meant to be a pun. So that's how they mistook her name. But why is her hand all bloody? The buttons are on the right-hand side. Okay, is that real? I don't really use a lot of button clothing, so yeah. And white gloves that are not soiled in any way. But I am more concerned about the fact that her hand has blood on it. Like, how did that get there? Ah, yes, because that's your priorities. The fact that the pocket is pierced. Yes, people should be able to cry anywhere, unless they are released from Soliana, because if she cries, she releases a demon. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Yeah, let's make it so that this 5-year-old child or something can't ever cry, because that's totally reasonable to assume. And that was torn off, okay. Well, we're gonna have to present that, obviously, but there's also a head wound. So whoever this was, they died pretty brutally. Wait, women's clothing has the buttons on the left because maids used to button up the shirts? Okay. But yeah, we probably need a good autopsy report for this because this is a lot of injuries, and it's not sure which one of them actually killed her. Because also that obviously the burn wouldn't have killed her, but she just suffered a burn to her hand. But it's an old scar. Okay then. Loyalty card. Well, another one to the whip count, even though it happened off screen. I like how the sides of like that chair have like lions on them. The legs of it, I mean. But yeah. Maya, if Courts and Ace Attorney had loyalty cards, Maya would probably have so many stamps right now. Get arrested 5 times and get a free something. I don't know. Okay, I feel like that's everything except presenting probably the corsage. Eureka! So, the flower Kay had was torn off the victim's clothes, okay. Tend the rest, you get a free burger. Torn off with considerable force, oh no! Well, I think we've all found out who's gonna be suspected for the murder this time. Yeah, it's especially hard since she's Amnesiac, so she's not exactly going to be able to, like, defend herself. However... yeah, this looks like an obvious connection. I say that, and it might still be wrong, but that would be funny. I'm back! Again, the 5-second forensic strike again. Yeah, you can't be an assistant without being accused of murder at least once. I'm surprised it took so long for Trucy to be a defendant, honestly. And that is investigation over. Accused of murder is a weird girl rite of passage. I think Franziska is suspected at one point in the first investigations. Franziska, no. Uh-oh. Yep, here he is! Oh, boy. Oh, and her too. At this point, seeing her might be even worse, given what she said about us with the committee. It's what the victim would have wanted. And really? Do you know them, or are you just, like, using, like, Speak with Dead or something? Yep, it's the boy! Oh, great. That truth is gonna be Kay did it, isn't it? I know it at this point. Now that I'm here, everything is gonna be all wrong. Yes! 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 Okay, so, like, so many people, like, many people who play this game blind, that one of their first reactions to seeing Eustace Winner is, I want him to meet Franziska. Guess what? Yamazaki thought of that! So it's time for Eustace Winner to get whipped a lot! Gumshoe now is free of the whipping curse. He is no longer Franziska's whipping dummy. She has a new target. Okay, please say it. Please say the name. Rosie Ringer! Oh, okay. So, they went with the same logic that we used for her name. So in Japanese, her name is Tsubasa Kagome. And Tsubasa means wings, Kagome means crane. So why that name? Well, it's a reference to a Japanese folk song called Kagome Kagome. It involves a turtle and crane falling down, I think, but it's a song little kids sing. And it refers to a bird in a cage as well. So, yeah, that's the joke there. Rosie Ringer here must be a reference to Ring Around the Rosies. You know, a pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down. Which, fun fact, that song's actually about the Black Death. I think that's actually true. Like, you'd think that was just, like, a dark thing people said. I think that's actually true. Because, like, a red ring was one of the first signs of it. Posies were one of the flowers they used to try and cure it. And then sneezing, then everyone dies. So, like, it was actually about the Black Death, so it kind of makes sense, ominously. But in the fan translation, we called her, Jill Crane. So we kept the Crane part, but Jill was from Jack and Jill. So it's nursery rhymes, in both translations, which works. And, yeah, because that's what they were going for in Japanese as well. Because it's basically a Japanese nursery rhyme. I don't want to sound like an idiot, but I'm pretty sure Ring Around the Rosie actually is about the Black Death. Humpty Dumpty is disputed, though. Like, people thought that Humpty Dumpty was actually about a field gun, like a piece of artillery, but I don't know if that's totally true. But I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's Ashes in the US? Okay. And yep, he's been whipped again. All we have to do, yes, I'm sorry. It's not normally my thing to laugh at the pain of others, but this guy deserved to be whipped so much by Franziska, and now I'm finally getting it. Yeah, it's like everyone, like we've been long have we waited to see Eustace get whipped. It was gonna happen sooner or later. If it didn't happen in the game, people would write fanfics about it. She go to Gael Dunes, maybe? Okay, so what the ring is about is disputed, but I'm pretty sure it is about the Black Death. The wound on her head is from when she fell over after she died. Sometime late last night. We wouldn't want you to, ruin our case. Stab wounds to the chest, head injury sustained post-mortem, okay. What about the blood in her hand, though? Like, did that happen because she got stabbed, then she touched her chest or something? I'll be forced to object, loudly and forcefully. Well, this does sum up most Ace Attorney protagonists. Yeah, to be fair, it's entirely possible. And yeah, so Jill is a reference on multiple levels about breaking the crown. So I'll actually talk about this more later on because there's another name related to Jill that comes into play, but not for a while. A face full of deductive genius. Oh no, here we go. Why I think Kay did it. Really? 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 Oh, right. Keycards. That one's pretty easy to contradict. Yes, let's add to the list of people who call Eustace an idiot. Larry Gumshoe. Yeah, that's a problem. Although maybe the miracle never happened. Yeah, well, I mean, this line is... I'm gonna have to capture that. Hold it! I have so many screenshots in this game, which is probably a good sign. There are two major flaws with the statement you just made. Only two? I'm the world champion of not getting confused! I mean, yeah, no, you're the world champion of getting confused. Yeah, I picture this guy having, like, the most, actually voice of all time. Yep, he got whipped again. Oh yeah, what was the fan translation's take on that line? Again, this was the one that I had the least involvement with, so I didn't really do any of the testimonies in this case, I don't think.
Hold it!
I feel like I won, haha, twice. Okay, yeah. Oh. Oh, was she gonna pull a Carmen Sandiego and steal, like, an important file on something from the past?
Overruled. Hold it!
I like Rosie Ringer, though. Again, you get his attention by making winner puns. Robbie Damon as use as winner would actually work really well. I mean, there are no possible suspects, but also there's the key card. Yeah, it is true. Nobody can do what Eustace can do. Nobody but her. Yeah, here we go. Or is it she snuck into the chamber? Like, there's clearly no sign of forced entry here.
Objection!
But, like, yeah, she could have easily stolen a key card. Yeah. And again! I think I remember... what they're going to suggest here. Ringer, comma, Rosie. I mean, you know, it could have just easily been somebody else using a keycard. We had a very similar thing like this happening back in Rise from the Ashes in the first game. Yeah, they're gonna claim that she entered the room with her.
Overruled.
There's no place for guesswork, says the one who just said, oh, by the way, you know, Judy is guilty of IS-7 for no apparent reason. I mean, it's kind of nice that we've got Franziska's semi on our side. A letter. Oh, right, the chest pocket that was supposedly stabbed. Well, the letter has no holes in it, so that implies that it was taken out of the... like, that she didn't have it in the pocket when she was stabbed? Yeah, the classic trick that Edgeworth used on Phoenix a lot. withhold the evidence until after they think they've got a contradiction going, and then say, oh, actually, not really. Thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. K. Because that's totally something K would write. But also 12 years ago, not 18, so something else happened in the past. So yeah, let's look at that. Thanks so much for agreeing to help with my plan. Now we can both get what we want. Good luck getting your revenge for what happened 12 years ago. Okay then. Yeah, my plan and K's somehow don't go together.
Hold it!
Would you mind if I handle this, Eustace? Oh no! It's always a bad thing when she handles things. And round 2. I was gonna just use the arranged themes for the third case, but maybe I can keep using them for this one too. Now you're just plagiarizing the motive from the previous case, aren't you? Yeah, I wonder if we do have to point out that the chest pocket was stabbed here. Yes, the letters are stained in literal and metaphorical blood. Yeah, Kay's letter, if Kay really wrote that letter, then it would have at least 3 exclamation points and 2 of each of thief and bird metaphors. Quiet, you. Oh, Graveyard Smash, I hope you're okay. But yeah, it's good that you're around for this.
Hold it!
Yeah, technically speaking, I've been streaming for like 3.5 hours at this point, but I probably want to go a bit further into the 4th case. So this might be a long stream. Like a long stream day. Gusto's motive was pretty good. He wouldn't mind if I borrowed it, right? Yeah.
Objection!
Yeah. On sabbatical. Yeah, one of the letters did mention stealing things.
Hold it!
The hint dialogue and cross-examinations is a bit more helpful than the fan translate. Yeah, I can kind of see that, yeah.
Objection!
Yes, her shouting about being a thief finally backfired on us. She Ryuji'd us.
Overruled.
So much shouting. I mean, again, we have no proof this wasn't forged, and it also sounds like nothing she would actually say or write.
Hold it!
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think there actually was a. I remember the. I'm familiar with this kind of. Yeah. That I think the fan translation did say something like that too.
Hold it!
Yeah, I think I know where the problem in this testimony is. Oh no, Celestial Lily, no, I think Ryuji's a great character. Like, you know, you can't deny that he yells about being a phantom thief a lot. And it actually does backfire at one point in the plot, so like, it's not like the writers weren't aware of it. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh no, it's in Spirit of Justice, where there's that line when the judge says, "I never thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence." Okay. Yeah, that's very... They are very heavily hinting at the contradiction here. This one's a pretty easy testimony, I guess. Yeah. The letter she kept safe in her left chest pocket. Left chest pocket, huh? Well, about that... Yeah, the left chest pocket has holes in it, and the letter doesn't. I feel like it's probably this and not the letter itself, but maybe it's either.
Objection!
Oh, Rosie Ringer's death is different in... name was different in French. Okay, that's cool. What's it a pun on in French? Well, Gavel's case sure fell apart quickly.
Objection!
Must have been their left, yeah. Now that's a lot of fools, but I mean it fits this guy. Yeah, the blood on the letter shows that it would have been there the moment blood was spilled. 16 already. Or 17. Oh! Jessica Poulette from Capulet. Oh, I think I know what that's referencing, but I can't actually say it until later on. Oh, right, yeah. The fact that the keycard report has another entry in it. Yeah, I like the saxophone solo as well in the original version. I might switch back to the original versions at some point. Probably. Yeah, they'd have to be waiting for a few hours, but it's possible. Oh, I think I've actually heard about this line. People really like this one. It was her keycard, okay. Yeah.
Overruled. Objection!
We didn't ask what her motive is, we asked you to provide proof that you didn't do it.
Overruled.
That would be preparations for his hearing, wouldn't it? Yeah, Edgeworth's goal here. But at the same time, I mean, granted, it's a little cathartic given how much has bothered us over the course of this game until now. But also, yeah, like, can we really say that she's not a suspect, though? I mean, who's to say she didn't lie in wait for the victim? Oh, is it gonna happen? Especially when we're young, I think I know who this is. I think I know who this is. And that's why the thumbnail isn't necessarily a spoiler. Oh wow, this is like almost word for word from what I remember. Chairman winner. Okay, so I'm gonna disappoint a lot of people. I'm so sorry about this. I'm really, really sorry, but I got spoiled in this guy's name. From TV Tropes, actually. I was looking at TV Tropes pages on Great Ace Attorney, and somehow it compared another character to this guy, and it spoiled his name. But I have thoughts on it. Wow, this sprite looks so weird with HD. Like actually getting to see the water in his goggles. Like, yeah. Uncle Winner, okay. So many shout. Ah, there we go, Uncle Winner on the top of your little lungs. Yeah, so, okay. In Japanese, she used to call him Bun-chan, and I was like, oh god, that's horrifying. But okay, so I guess I can also explain, you know, the name. So, okay. Oh, the name hasn't come up yet. Right, okay. So, yep, that is indeed his dad. Unky Boo Boo was what we went with in the fan translation, which was just as bad. The right hand of the goddess, uh-oh. A former chief prosecutor and the current chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, and here we go. Excelsius winner, okay. So I'm sorry, but I got spoiled in this. So let me explain this. I love this guy's Japanese name, but it's really hard to translate. So his Japanese name, if viewers are excited to see a character by the name of Unka Winner, okay. Thank you, AI summary. But no, so, okay. His name is Bansai Ichiyanagi in Japanese. Bansai literally means, it literally means 10,000 years. So, 10,000 years, number one. It effectively means forever number one. And in the fan translation, we went with Blaze de Best. And it also sounds like Banzai, which is like 3 cheers. But, so we called him Blaze de Best, and it was like, that's another name that I'm not a huge fan of. Because it just refers to a certain aspect of himself that we'll see in sprites later. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I like Excelsius because it has Celsius in it. So it has the heat reference, but also it's like excelling at something. It's also really pretentious, just like Bansai. Like, I have never heard of a Japanese person actually named Bansai. It's like really, really pretentious sounding. So Excelsius does kind of fit there. I do wish they could have somehow conveyed the whole forever number one pun, because like what I like about that is it basically spins his son's surname into a new thing. Like, it's like, oh, okay, wow, his dad has a different pun on that name, and it's like, and yeah, like forever number one sums up this guy quite a lot. But Excelsius is definitely very, yeah, and he goes by his first name in the name tags just to distinguish him from his son. And he's already calling his son an idiot. And his wife's gone. Just like that detective who mysteriously disappeared. So, the thing about Excelsius is that in Japanese, this guy... Oh yeah, Excelsior is kind of similar to the Japanese Bansai now I think about it. But yeah, so, anyway, so... In Japanese, Excelsius has a very distinctive way of speaking. He talks in a very childish way, which is very weird for somebody of his age. I believe his profile should be in our court record by now. Oh, it's not yet, okay. Anyway, he's 68 years old. So he's pretty old. But also, he uses boku as a pronoun. Boku is the typically young boy, pronoun in Japanese. And a 68-year-old man calling themselves boku is very weird. Like, it is exceedingly off-putting. And, yeah, I do notice that there's quite a distinctive way that he's talking to in the trend, like using things like good boy. Silly is a bit of a childish way to phrase things as well. And his reminiscences about his youth as well. So, like, in Japanese, as well, not in Japanese, sorry, I'm just rambling here. In the fan translation, we had him say, you know, and you see a lot to kind of convey some of his Japanese speaking quirks. I can't really comment on what that was adapting, because again, I didn't translate much of this guy's dialogue. In fact, I don't think I even touched Excelsius Winner at all in the fan translation. Like, I don't remember me translating any of his scenes. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly where the you know when you see came from.
Objection!
I don't think I don't know if Eustace is Aurea, but maybe he is? I don't know, I forget exactly what Eustace says. Like, Aurea could be a thing.
Objection!
Oh, somebody made a joke saying that once that Excelsius said useless, but was misheard by his wife with Eustace, and that's what they called their kid. Oh, the main villain of My Hero Academia uses boku as a pronoun and he's over 100 years old, okay. To be fair, nobody wants to touch Excelsius. Okay, yeah, that's true, Chaotic Caper. Yeah, he is only using first names as well. I forget if he does that in Japanese or not. Like, he is definitely a bit weird with the way that he refers to people. He definitely calls his son by his first name, though. And I think Eustace calls him Oyaji in Japanese. And I think we had him call him Pops, but Dad is fine too. Sadly, it would be very appropriate if he was called Useless the day he was born. Yeah, he often talks about heartwarming stuff in, like, he said lines like this in the fan translation, so, yeah. Also, look at all those prosecutor badges that he's wearing. And he even has the icon emblazoned on his sleeve. And this is why he's called Excelsius / Blaze, the lighter. The prosecutors obviously in this case cleaned up as quickly as possible, so we're just gonna throw somebody under the bus and leave it at that. Yeah, Excelsius, it contains Celsius, so like heat. Yeah, his abs combined with his skinniness is weird. Like, he's a weird person, like, overall. Like, very weird. There's a lot about him that's deeply off-putting. See, even Franziska disagrees with the committee. Oh, I think this is the part where this happens. Sometimes I forget this happens so early in the case. It's funny. Dear acquaintance feels so weird. It's just like, acquaintance is just such a downplaying thing to call dear. Like, he can't even say friend. But granted, he has only known her for like 2 weeks.
Hold it!
Objection!
Yeah, this is a thing that you'll know if you played the second game. Franziska has a bit of a complex over Edgeworth. It's kind of sad if you know the context of that. And yeah, the fact that this game came out before Dual Destinies, yeah, at the time, we wouldn't know if this would stick or not. And it really would have sucked if this wasn't localized, because, yeah. Wait for it. Edgeworth resign, bling! So, like, this is a great moment. I don't want to downcut it, but now every time I hear the jingle for saving, I just always think of this scene. It's just such an inappropriate thing to play at this point. It's just like, so from now on, not from now on, like, the moment I got to this point for the first time, like, even fully in Japanese, I fully knew what was the implications of what was happening. Like, in my head, I was always just like, I will always hear this song from now on as Edgeworth resigned. So, yeah. Everyone's saying this is a good place to stop, but I want to do more of Case 4. I forget what the next investigation is and how, like, like, how long was I planning that jingle? Since I first played this game in Japanese. I've been waiting to share that for a really long time. Yeah, I know that it's really late for a lot of people. It's almost midnight in Canada. It's like, it's only been like 2 hours though. I just, like, I kind of want to go for one more segment. I feel like I want to go for one more segment, because there's always, like, VODs. I want to go a little longer, I think. Yeah, it's 4 hours. I usually go for 5 or more, so... Oh, the next investigation is the rooftop. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go for a little more, I think. Just a little, though. So many people are saying to stop, and we're gonna be sleep deprived. I'm really sorry about this. I just feel like I want to go for one more segment, and I mean, there's always the VOD. So, I'm gonna go for one more. I know we did start late, yeah. The way his mouth moves, and that's pretty weird. Yeah, I'm already on Case 4, Lenny. I have a separate VOD for the end of Case 3. I switch things over. Swatch things over. Decently into Case 4? I feel like I've barely started. Then again, Case 4 is not as long as 3. But yeah, it's okay if people need to sleep. I mean, you can't type in chat during a VOD, but you can type in the comments. Did we even know that was a lawyer who was dead? Viewers are commenting on the stream's length and some are expressing concerns due to their sleep schedules. Well, for once, the AI summary is fine. Yeah, this line was in, like, all of the, like, not trailers, but the websites. And she's also a wanted murderer. So that's problematic. Yes, I am, right now I'm in the neither zone. Just because you're a prosecutor does not mean you are a defense attorney. Yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, I don't want to say this. Was he implying that it was romantic in the Japanese version? It might have been. But either way, Edgeworth denies it. Because, like, that's not the case. We'll actually see what Edgeworth and Kay's bond is meant to be as we go through Case 4. And it is very interesting, the actual answer to that. Because it's something that was not really gone into very much in the first game, and it's one thing that I really like about Prosecutor's Gambit. Even though Kay debuted in the first game, her relationship to Edgeworth is very much, you know, more explained in this one. Because, yeah, Kay is, yeah, way too young for that. And, like, the Japanese script denies it as well, don't worry, so yeah. And yeah, Kay debuted in Case 3 in the first game, which was kinda awkward. Kay and Lang. I always feel like they should have debuted earlier. It all started at the big building. Maybe you can get your face on the news in a good way. About that. It's probably not gonna happen. Just about everyone at the committee hates us. Oh, the nurses are here, okay. But yep, it's an investigation that I've been looking forward to so much because of one very specific thing in it. It actually does look pretty nice at night, though. Yeah, normally places like this do close down when there's like a, yeah. So it's good that we've got Fender again. Check the TV. I will do that. Thank you for the recommendation. To what we're good at. And here we go. Oh wow, the city looks great too. Like, I know they pollute a lot, but like, sometimes big cities do look really pretty at night. Announcements from various companies, but at the moment it's just showing a regular broadcast channel. Is it the Steel Samurai? He wishes it was, at least. I'm gonna save the thing for... actually, maybe I should do it soon, just in case I end up ending the investigation by accident. So, I'm pretty sure those are griffins, right? Pretty sure they're griffins. It's funny that there's a griffin and also an alicorn on this roof. I can't even examine the front gazebo. Okay, yeah, I probably should do this now. It's even lavender. Lavender unicorn. Yeah. So, lavender unicorn syndrome is a term from My Little Pony fanfiction where people just constantly say the lavender unicorn. They're, like, allergic to using a character's name. Yeah, so originally there was just one Pegasus, and then it just became a whole species. Yeah, here we go. There's a little plaque there at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. So, that's fully literal. That is 100% literally translated from the Japanese. We mostly did it that way, But we also put in a reference to the unicorn sparkling in the twilight because, yeah. The main reason for this is, and I am extremely, I don't know, I shouldn't be too embarrassed about this now because, like, the show's ended and, like, the crappy parts of the fan base are, like, gone. But, like, okay, so when I did the fan translation, I was straight up a full-on hardcore brony. I was very, very into Friendship is Magic at the time. And so when I saw this and read the Japanese dialogue, by the way, I translated this investigation sequence, so that's why I remember this so well. When I first saw this dialogue, I was just like, oh, wow, really? They're making... And this was, like, right around the controversy during Alicorn Twilight as well. So, like, I found this doubly hilarious, that they called an Alicorn a contradiction, because, like, the fan base was freaking out about Alicorn Twilight at this time. Like, they were just losing their minds. It was massively controversial. Not everyone, like, people were raging in debate about this plot twist. And so I thought the contradiction thing was really funny. I was like, okay, we have to put a My Little Pony reference in here somewhere. Like, we've got to reference this because seriously, it's just too perfect. Another fun fact, this is why I have a Mega Absol in Pokemon X and Y nicknamed Contradiction. Because it also turns into, like, a winged unicorn when it goes Mega. And I'm like, if I use this Absol against... I think I used it against a couple of people in real life, and I'm like, you know... They're never gonna get this reference that I'm making. It's a multi-layered reference to two different things of media that I'm into. Yeah, so I just thought it was funny. So I have Contradiction the Mega Absol. In fact, it might even be in some of my... Because I used to upload Pokemon battle videos to this channel. I used to upload, like, X and Y Wi-Fi battles. And I might actually... I forget if I ever did, but that Absol might be in some of those videos. So, if it is, you now know its name origin. Where K was... I love this cherry blossom icon. Where Mega Absol isn't Dark Fairy? Yeah, it's not, is it? Okay. Yeah, but anyway, I don't think I could even fit Contradiction as a nickname, so I had to, like, contract it a little bit, but that was the idea. That's not even the most ridiculous Pokemon team reference that I did. And this is another side of me being, like, fully brony-pilled, which is a weird sentence. I had an entire team that was named after the Power Ponies from that episode where they become superheroes. It is all Rapidashes, 6 Rapidashes, all with totally different movesets, each named after one of the Power Ponies from the fictional comic book universe in My Little Pony. I cannot believe I did that, but I did. I was even listening to My Little Pony music when I EV trained them. So yeah, you're all learning things about me that you probably never expected to learn. But here we are. You're probably learning a little too much about me. Like, I know that some of them were like, one of them was a baton passer, which was an XD transfer move. One of them was like a sunny day setter. One of them was like a physical sweeper with a choice band. One of them was, like, they were all different. They were not shiny. None of them were shiny, though. Also, Cindercloud says, I gotta ask, did you ever watch Turnabout Storm? Guess what? Turnabout Storm is the reason I got into My Little Pony. So... the reference here is totally apt because, like, yeah, I became a My Little Pony fan through Ace Attorney. I found a screenshot from Turnabout Storm on, okay. I found the screenshot on TV Trope's funny page for Fanworks, and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And so I looked it up and watched it, and I was like, okay, for a fan case, like, I don't even care about the pony references. For a fan case, this is legitimately good. Like, I recommend everybody here check out Turnabout Storm. It's legitimately, the pony stuff aside, Turnabout Storm is one of the best Ace Attorney fan cases I've ever seen. Like, it's really, really good, well written. And then after that happened, I was just like, I'm gonna check out, maybe I should watch the show. The first thing I watched in the show was, the Hush Now, Quiet Now from that Fluttershy episode, Stairmaster, I think it was. The moment that no wait, that wasn't it. I saw the Sweetie Belle version of Hush Now, Quiet Now. Then I watched This Day Aria, and I was like, oh, that's a pretty good villain song. You know what really sold me, though? I then saw the Zakura episode where Fluttershy, with the deep male voice from having eaten the poison joke, sings the evil Enchantress song. And I'm like, okay, I have to watch this now. This show is just peak. Even though peak wasn't slang back then. But I was just like, yeah. That was how I got into the pony rabbit hole. And, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Turnabout Storm is good even if you're not a My Little Pony fan. Like, that's how good it is. It works, and it works if you don't know Ace Attorney either. Like, it's such a good fan case. So like, I recommend people watch it. Like, it's definitely aged a little bit. The whole fan-made sequel, Elements of Justice, is also very good. Sadly, Elements of Justice is going on hiatus. For a year now, which I can understand. Like, it's a big fan project. It has a lot of people working on it now. It's really, yeah. It's a lot of work and a lot of different commitments and stuff. Also, the leader of that project got kicked off for, controversies, so that happened as well. But, like, case 1 of Elements of Justice is fine. Case 2 of Elements of Justice is really, really good. Like, very good. It's definitely another one of those things that's up there. Case 3, I can't really judge it yet, but it's very complicated because there's, like, 3 trials involved in it. It's, like, 3 trials of, like, 3 crimes at once, which is pretty bizarre. But overall, yeah, it's pretty decent. Like, I like Elements of Justice a lot. Like, honestly, if I didn't have other commitments, I would have applied to write for Elements of Justice. Like, I kind of... On the one hand, I wish I did, but on the other hand, given how much drama that project has, it's... yeah. Maybe for the best that I didn't get involved. Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor. You got fired? Meanwhile, in the non-pony realm... Oh, wait, Cindercloud, you worked on Elements of Justice as a pony rig animator? Nice. I really respect the animators of that, because the holy crap has the animation improved since, like, the start of that. Like, wow. The reason why Turnabout Storm is, like, I feel like it's showing its age, is, like, the animations in Elements of Justice are insane. Like, they are actual MLP show-level quality. Like, because My Little Pony was animated in Flash, which is dead now, I think. But yeah, this is one of the few times where the expression, I didn't get fired, I quit, is literally true. I'm so sorry, everyone, that I'm fanboying over this, but, okay, I will say, like, Friendship is Magic went a bit downhill after Season 5. I was not really a fan. I liked Season 9 for the most part, but, like, I think it peaked at Season 4. If you are going to watch that show, definitely watch Seasons 1 to 4, and then maybe watch, like, you'll be confused, because there's a lot of new characters in the end. But, like, the Season 4 finale is where it peaked. Like, you can treat the show as ending at the Season 4 finale, and it'll probably be fine. Like, it was just, that was really, really good. Like, Season 4 in general was, like, perfection, but, that was by far, like, the best part of it. Season 5 is fine, but Season 6 was like, eh. Except Gauntlet of Fire. Gauntlet of Fire is amazing, and Saddle Row Review is really good, but in my opinion, those are the only good Season 6 episodes. Season 7's not bad, though. It's really different, because, like, I'm sorry, we're now talking about My Little Pony, but, like, all of the main writers left after Season 5, I think, to write the movie. So Season 7 has very different writers, but Season 7's not bad. The finale's a little meh, but the rest of Season 7's fine. Season 8 is not the best. It's got a lot of ups and downs. Season 9 is pretty good. I don't think Season 9 is earlier show tier quality, but, like, it's still alright. And the finale's pretty good. There's literally one thing about the finale that I'm not a big fan of, but other than that, like, I don't want to spoil it, but other than that, I like it. Anyway, sorry about me suddenly fanboying about, well, it's just like the thing is that it's just like My Little Pony Friendship is Magic has big autism energy, if that makes sense. Like, that and Sonic and Pokemon, it's no surprise that a lot of autistic people get very invested in those media. So I'm not surprised that I did get involved in MLP, because, like, I am very much, you know, I'm autistic, so yeah, like, there's just something about having a very varied cast of colorful non-human characters that just appeals to autistic people on some level. Like, it's why I got Sonic brain rotted this year. Like, I think that's also autism coming in. Yeah. Anyway, I should probably, oh, fuck, they're actually mentioning the cotton candy clouds in the dark. I can't wait for the AI summary on this. Oh boy. I'm half tempted to change the thumbnail to this to have, like, Twilight Sparkle in it, just because lol. And just put contradiction over it and watch everyone get confused. Normal serving cotton candy and split it in half. Okay, half the candy, same price. Same price, double the profit. Yeah, I think that was literally translated too. There's a term for this, though. Isn't this called shrinkflation these days? You get, like, less in a product, but it's the same price. So there's inflation that way. Hi, Lady Virgilia. Please tell me that you didn't come... Please tell me that you didn't come in on the MLP rant. Because that would be really hilarious. Lenio says, I definitely had a hand in getting you back on the Sonic rails. Kind of. It was actually Frontiers, though, that did it. Anyway. If I do another Frontiers stream this week, I'll actually explain this. Oh, right, I thought for a second my game glitched, but no. Yeah, they literally stopped you. Okay, so shrinkflation is a term in America as well as here. Oh, wait, what did she say there? Lying in wait, yeah. I still love the crooks on the lamb line. Like, I'm sad that's not in this version. Like, corrupting books on the law to crooks on the lamb was just genius. Yeah, Legends Arceus is based on the Meiji era. Kwang donates 2001. I'm just gonna say it, best stream ever. It's like, I don't get to talk about My Little Pony that much. Like, I never really made videos on it, and there was not really much of an excuse to. Oh, Lady Virgilia, I highly recommend you go back in the VOD and watch the whole pony brain rot rant, because that was something. I'm thinking of, like, doing a highlights reel of all my streams at the end of the year, but I can't make that whole chunk the highlight. Yeah, again, I love the dynamic here. I mean, people in the chat have already guessed that, what Edgeworth and Kay's actual relationship is meant to be, but we'll see, we'll see. At least some in the chat have. But Edgeworth is definitely giving this, you know... You absolutely can. Yeah, thanks, Lenny. Yeah. Why are you loving this stream's maximum big clinky tangent energy? Yeah. Oh, I'd love to somehow get the AI chat summaries, because that would be so good to actually show. That would be amazing. Never in my life would I thought I'd hear an entire pony rant mid-Ace Attorney stream. But, like, again, like Ace Attorney literally got me into My Little Pony because of Turnabout Storm, so it fits. And there was a reference here in the original translation. Like, it's vaguely relevant. Meanwhile, Kay is talking about the fact that she might have killed somebody and got amnesia about it. Yeah, I remember that line being similar in the fan translation. Yeah, the fact that Kay actually agreed to one of his hugs is definitely a sign that something is wrong. Uh-oh. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known as Kay Faraday. Oh, wait. We should probably maybe get out of this building now, just saying. Yeah, she actually wanted to hug him. Yeah, it's a sign that something's very wrong. Cyberspace, you got a horse racing ad here. Yeah, that's funny because, like, This is another bizarre tangent, but I have the My Little Pony role-playing game. I've never had a chance to actually run it for anyone, but I would love to actually DM for that one day. It's just, like, I don't really know any, like... I mean, the game's designed for kids anyway, but still. But, like, what I want to do is, I want to make Black Caviar, like, the Australian... I think are they Australian? Like, the racehorse. I want to make Black Caviar a My Little Pony character, because, like, they kind of... You know, a lot of racehorse names do sound like My Little Pony names. This is such a weird tangent. Kay? Okay, so Kay, this is anything. If you see any people wearing blue, don't go near them. Police equals bad. So Miles proves Kay innocent, Kay is Kay, and you... something. Intellectual fan, I think the parallel was intentional. No, the RPG has an even more punny name. It's called Tales, T-A-I-L-S, of Equestria. Yeah, we've got nothing to lose, we've already quit. But yeah, they did say earlier the committee has some ties to the Bar Association. That could be a problem. Also, hi, Kay. Oh yeah, Phoenix's blue is fine, yeah. But we're not gonna see him, because, you know, spin-offs. Yeah, Uncle Eddie is moral support. Yeah, I think you do have to talk to her here. It makes sense that you would. I do love the lighting here. Like, this is such a great investigation sequence. Both in terms of the dialogue that I've ruined by talking about My Little Pony and the aesthetics. The moon over their shoulder. I know there's a contradiction in another Ace Attorney game about the position of the moon. Yeah, the moon's over there now. That's weird. I wonder if this is gonna go into logic. Yeah. I thought the moon would go into logic. You're seeing burger ramen. Burger noodles. That wouldn't be El Dune, because he's a noodle cart, not an actual restaurant. You have not ruined the dialogue, you've enhanced it. Well, I mean, Robin Hood was the archetype for most noble outlaws, and he was literally a noble, so maybe that still works? Okay, we've already got that. We examined the that. Haven't talked to you, though. Oh, he doesn't even get, like, a full dialogue sequence for this. Hey, everyone! We've got the wanted suspect up here! No, don't do that. Yeah, I don't see this ending very well for us, honestly. But we have to continue to press on. Railing where Kay was standing. It's reminding me of a line from, this has just been the stream of, like, tangents. It's reminding me of a line from, what's it called? The Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. movie, but I don't want to say the line, because the line would sound very bad out of context. Like, really bad out of context. Don't know if this is actually gonna work, but we'll see. Yeah, I thought it wouldn't work. Railing. Kay was pushed by a person in a red raincoat, walked towards her from the concession stand beneath the cherry tree. Saw the moon shining over... Oh, shining over the shoulder of the person in the red raincoat, okay. Walked towards her from the concession stand. Maybe it's these that are wrong. Because, like, the moon is in the wrong place in the sky, it looks like. Yeah, there we go. See, the problem with this, though, is, like, it makes sense for everything to be contradictory because she's got memory loss. So we can't really expect, like, yeah, we can't really trust much of this. Sakura Morning Moon wasn't the answer, oh no. Sadly, Richard was not involved. The moon will be represented by a yellow dot in this diagram. Yeah, you think? Kay didn't fall off a 50-story building. Where Kay fell? Where... Oh, I see where this is going. If it's going in the direction I think it is, the next investigation is, something. Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole, huh? Well, about that... About that... There's a chance we may have missed that honking big trapdoor. There must be a clue around here somewhere. Gee, I wonder what Kay could have fallen through. Okay, we can examine this, though. Yeah, I was wondering if, like, the lack of cherry blossoms on the cover there. Okay, that's the only logic piece we have right now, huh? I mean, I know where this is going, obviously. Uh-oh. 17-year-old sword in connection with lawyer slaying. There's a line. Oh, right. Okay, this is required, yeah. Eddie Fender as a spy would be amazing. Yes, we're planning on, yeah, just throwing him to them and running for it. Oh, yeah. Still harder work up on the 50th floor. Yeah, I remember what's happening here. Yeah. I remember this now. Oh, I think the unicorn statue's kind of in the picture. If we examine this, are we gonna get a Kingdom Hearts reference? Because I remember that boss, that super boss in the first game, where it just casts Doom and, like, instantly kills your party one by one. And I didn't find out until I looked up guides years later that how you're supposed to counter it is cast Stop on the hands of the clock of Big Ben. And that actually stops the Doom counter. Which is kind of cool once you know it, but, like, it's one of the few times in Kingdom Hearts that you are, like, meant to cast a spell on the environment, so it's not intuitive. They don't have anything to say about that. But yeah, so what we need to show here, I believe, is something involving the map of the tower. Yeah, I don't think it's even required to win that fight, but it makes it a lot easier. But it's like, apart from the fact that you can lock onto the clock, there's really no indication that that's what you're meant to do. But like, yeah, you cast Stop on the clock hands. 50th floor, committee chamber. Apparently that floor is right below us.
Eureka!
Oh, yeah, I thought that you did cast spells in the environment at some point. Yeah, you cast spells in the environment in Wonderland for progression. It's still just such a, like, it's a cool boss once you find that out, but, like, it's one of the bosses they added to the, like, English version, and another one was that boss in Agrabah that was named after a guy who won the contest, so that's why it's called Kurt Caesar. It's like, there's this big four-armed sword Heartless that's named Kurt Caesar, just because of a competition. Yeah, you kind of have to figure that there's actually another floor there. Gloomy underbelly of love. I don't think he said Ura in the original. I haven't given the whole tangent about Ura yet. Ura is such a weird word. It literally just means, like, opposite side, but it can have 1,000 different meanings, and it often means, like, hidden dark secret. Like, it's why, like, for example, I think, wasn't Majora's Mask codename just Ura Zelda? Like, I think that was it. And, like, in a lot of games, like Sub-Rosa in Zelda Oracle of Seasons is called, like, the Ura world. And the Sub-Rosians are called, like, yeah. There's a lot of, yeah, names that come from that. Yes. Smoochy times definitely, I believe the ship is called Rightworth in English, or Narimitsu in Japanese, but yeah, Smoochy times definitely would apply to that. Yes, the pamphlet for the building itself is wrong about the number of floors it has. Yeah, people going to bed here is, yep, fine. But yeah, 51st floor. The mysterious 51st floor. I can just imagine her saying this in the most innocent voice. I mean, granted, this is supposed to be a couple's, like, viewing platform, so I mean, maybe that's the floor that the couples go to do other things. You know. And yeah, here we go. Hatch, 51st floor. I wonder. Zelda was the name of the cancelled 64DD expansion for Ocarina of Time. Didn't that become Majora's Mask, though? I think it did. Wait, how has no one noticed? Finally, a typo that I actually noticed. Pun vaguely intended. Where couples go to have fun, in air quotes. Oh, in the French version, the committee's on the 49th floor because like a European has a different floor numbering system. Yeah, I guess there wouldn't be a ground floor in this version. A typo you've actually noticed. Exactly. It's funny I mentioned Majora's Mask considering what's about to happen. Yeah, that's true. So, hopefully we have time, because I know there's something that happens in the next investigation, and it might lengthen things. So, we'll see. We'll see where I end this, unless there's a to be continued here. So yeah, turns out that the reason why Kay is not a bloody smear on the floor is because she fell down one floor and not 50 floors. Yes, we have Red Raincoat Man. Investigation complete! Oh! Oh! Right, that! I knew there was some- I forgot about this! How did I forget about you? So, yeah, recurring characters on parade here. It's Emma, and the chat's probably gonna freak out about this. It's kind of a shame she uses her old theme, though. It makes sense, this is younger Emma, but, like, I like her Apollo Justice theme. But yeah. So, the reason why Emma is in this game, and in the first game as well, well, that and it's an excuse to put in, you know, mini games. Emma was supposed to be the protagonist of Investigations. The Investigations was first envisioned as a spin-off starring Emma Skye. And then they realized Edgeworth was more popular, so they decided to go with... I mean, honestly, I'm glad they went with Edgeworth. And Emma's spin-off would have been alright, but, like, I like Emma, she's a good character, but, like, I do think Edgeworth having a spin-off makes more sense, with the series being about lawyers. It's Emma, scientifically speaking, Skye. Oh, younger sister of a former superior of mine. I like how they acknowledge that, yeah. No, we're not going to give her a name, but play the 5th case of the first game to find out about this. Her badge fell off the big building, and Kay was in a man's suit. Seems like things got a little bit lost in the... yeah. Didn't you just go back to Europe a few days ago and you're back again? Oh, that's because Yamazaki decided to make a sequel. So, we had to find some way to get Emma back to Japanifornia. Because we said that she went to Europe after the first game. Whoops. So she's just temporarily on a, you know, trip back because convenience. I don't know, it's funny. Like, obviously the real reason is because they didn't think they'd make a sequel to the first Investigations, and it's like, oh, crap. How do we write Emma into this one? But they came up with a way, kind of. That looks like one of her Apollo Justice poses. I forget if she did that in the original trilogy. Oh yeah, Emma didn't know about that, did she? Emma's sprites are great, though. Yes, let's explain everything in the secret 51st floor of Doom. The Kissy Room. So we're gonna get a to be continued here? We'll see. Emma teleports with the power of science. Yeah, we did, okay. So, okay, I think now's probably a good time to stop, because the next investigation is really, really big. There's a lot that happens in the next investigation sequence, and I'd probably go way too late if I did do this, so now's probably a good time. But like, yeah, sorry to leave you on the cliffhanger of Emma, but, trust me, the next stuff that happens is, like, ridiculously massive. So, like, there's more than just investigating. There's a whole other thing in this next segment. So, like, yeah, definitely ending things here. And, I will see you all next time for stuff. But, yeah. Until then, enjoy watching the VOD with the crazy My Little Pony tangents. I need to find more ways to talk about that, because I've got a lot of thoughts on that. But anyway, yep, see you all, next time, and, yep, hope you've enjoyed, and get some sleep, everyone. Good night.